Yo, 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 it's your boy Sneaky from R&R, recognition and respect. Tune in every Monday from 8 to 9 to catch up with me and my adventures and hear from my guests ranging from artists to entrepreneurs and much, much more. Catch us every Monday of the week on the west side of the after party. See you at the party, y'all. Yo, 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 what's up, what's up, what's up? How you doing? You're tuned into Recognition and Respect with your boy, Sneaky. I just realized this is the last episode we're going to do of the year. So, 2018, we're basically wrapping it up today. I have a guest. Usually I would have done like a rant, but I got a guest, so I'll be introducing him in a bit. But first, like always, none of this would be possible unless people supported and believed in the vision and, you know, put money in my pocket so that we keep the lights on and pay the engineer and do the promo and get gas so I could drive over here. So I got to give a shout out to Night Flare Company, Day One Homies, music event production company. You do live sound, live recording, studio production and recording, and video editing, as well as marketing, booking, venues, event production, sound production. And we basically trying to be the one-stop shop. So follow them on Instagram, check us out. We did wrap up 2018 a little early this year, but we're already planning 2019, so be on the lookout. Midnight Motives. Again, Day One, they were guests here on episode 24. Their album Visions, available on iTunes and Spotify. Go stream, go share, go listen, go enjoy. Recently just rocked the East Los Angeles Art Walk, and we had Flying Chimp Studios out there from Night Flare, and they got some cool video and some drone shots. I'm waiting for a little recap, so as soon as we get that, I'll be posting that up on Sneaky ENT. And finally, my newest sponsors, beautiful homegirls I met, Dude Drops Delights, edible company, home of the Wake and Bake Bar, what was it, oatmeal, hold on, I have it right here, wholesome, hearty breakfast bar, oats, nuts, chocolate, they have different flavors, and honestly, like I said last time when I was sick and I couldn't smoke and I was having trouble sleeping and I had crazy body aches, the edibles helped. They came through, put me to sleep. I woke up feeling revitalized. I was actually able to get a whole night's sleep and not wake up because I was all sore and coughing. So, I don't know. I swear by them. I met them at a video shoot with Tony Grands. I love the energy. I love the product. And, yeah, I'm trying to get the word out about them. So, follow them on Instagram. I'll be adding them to the sponsorship page this week. I'm a little behind because of the holidays and stuff. I know I didn't get my vlog out like I said I was. But, you know, y'all still love me and bear with me. So it'll come out when it comes out. I appreciate y'all rocking with me. It's been an awesome year. I have a lot of shit to announce for 2019, but it's still in the works, and I don't want to jinx any of it. So I'm going to wait. But trust me when I say if you fucks with me and you're in my network and you've been helping me hustle and grind and build this thing, my next move is going to put us all on. So, and I'm not even, that's, you know, you could think I'm full of it or being hyperbolic or whatever, but I believe that. And I'm running with that, into that energy. I'm taking it with me. So follow me. We could do this shit. But to my guest, Izova the Khemist. Say what's up to the peoples.
What it is, world. Thank y'all for having me. I appreciate the time, man.
Hey, man. Honestly, I feel like I'm just returning the favor. When I started rapping back and I was trying to get away from the band and no one knew who I was. And I
remember the band.
Yeah. So you were one of the first people to book me, like solo, like rocking instrumentals when I had no stage presence. Like, it was just a weird time for me.
We go back. I'm sure I was growing, blossoming, you know, as well.
Still doing it.
Right.
So that's the part that's important, and that's why you're here. And so this is for people who don't know you. Who are you? What do you do? And you could get as philosophical or as fucking, like, just clean cut.
I like to keep it basic. Hip hop artist, started out, you know, with the music, and had a passion for doing events as well, man. Curating events and basically just giving other people opportunity, you know, throughout the platform. You know what I mean? I kind of got into it with doing a show with the promoter and not being paid. I was supposed to be paid for the show. And emotionally, man, that just kind of sparked something in me. You know, I didn't want to get taken advantage of in that realm anymore. I didn't want to depend on somebody else to make money in this industry, you know. So I started to do my own events, and it wasn't even a hip hop show; it was a fashion show. My first event was a fashion show.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Right, and we kind of from that point, man, I took it further and created a company out of it, and I'm able to provide opportunity for myself and give those resources to other artists as well. So still pursuing the music and also growing the company as well.
So how long have you been doing this? Because when I met you, it was probably like 6, 7 years ago, somewhere in there.
Right. I think it's been about 8, 9 now, bro.
Okay, so it was kind of in the early days still? All right, cool.
It's been about 8, 9 years doing the promoting and doing music a lot longer than that. But as far as the events, 8, 9 years, and the experience, the ride has been great, man.
Yeah, well, you know what they say, it takes 10 years to make an overnight success, so hopefully it's on the horizon, brother.
Man, real talk, real talk.
So you talked about shows and book fashion. Let's get into that. How did that start? Did you have were there designers that you were working with, or
just kind of keeping it short again, I had a girlfriend, man. She was on America's...
That's usually how stories start.
Right. I had a girlfriend, and she was a model.
Okay.
And I used to go with her to a bunch of different fashion shows, you know what I mean? And she was on America's Next Top Model. So I was getting all that experience behind the scenes, going to those fashion shows, and I just start building those connections with those designers.
Networking,
you know what I mean?
you were just there in
I
the
was
space,
there.
right.
I'm like, I can't just be on my phone sitting around. Like, yeah, I'm an artist. They might not want a rapper to perform, but I could wear another hat. You know what I mean? So I did that. I started connecting with designers, models, you know what I mean? Men love models and women. So it just connected hand in hand. And I put on my first fashion show. I got all the designers together, the models together, and I even booked artists for that event.
So there was music and fashion and runway and DJ. So it was a whole big...
Exactly. And we had about 100 and I believe it was 50, 60 guests, which for my first event, I was
that's really good.
You know what I mean? That's great. So within doing that with the fashion show, I saw that it would be pretty productive and an incentive to work with just artists. You know what I'm saying? Just booking artists, giving them a platform. So we started doing the monthly shows and booking different venues and just seeing how that works and getting the experience. You know what I mean? Connecting with the artists, and from there, man, we're 8, 9 years,
booking and
of
stuff.
booking,
and you can say you pay artists and you get paid to do this and all
exactly,
that.
Exactly. I think that's what we kind of, that's the goal.
You hope at least, right? If everybody's on that tip, it'd be a much better world out there.
Pay ourselves, pay the artists,
right?
Get exposure. You know what I mean? It doesn't always work out that way, and I think me and you are definitely testaments to that. You know what I mean? So
yeah, because we were talking off air. There's a lot of politics, and social media has changed the game, and artists are not built the same way anymore. They're not, or they don't blow up the same way. The avenues of how people come up and get seen and get their music out is completely different.
Right.
So what do you think is your biggest challenge in this day when it comes to booking artists, promoting shows? What do you think? What's the thing, if you could wave a magic wand and make it go away?
Right.
What would you do?
Just working for it. Just having the artist work for it.
Okay.
No handouts. And that's something that we say, everybody's saying they grinding, everybody's saying they putting the work in, but they're actually not willing to put the work in. And I can't tell somebody what they're willing to do, but at the same time, the artists that we're coming across, you know what I mean, most of them, they don't want to pay, they don't want to bring people out. So if I could take, that away with just letting them know that even though you don't want to contribute to the show, you're not taking anything away from the promoters, you're taking something away from yourself, which is getting that exposure, getting that opportunity, and connecting with your environment where you're supposed to be at. You know what I mean? Other artists, other like-minded individuals. So we're not just providing opportunity for the artists, we're actually schooling them and giving them knowledge as well. And it's up to them if they take it or not. So I wish that was something that we could kind of change a little bit, wave that wand.
So just to play devil's advocate, because I know we've had people come on the show and talk about pay to play, and it's always there's always two sides to it. Sometimes beneficial, sometimes it's not, sometimes it's worth it, sometimes it's not. But we were talking about how you're adding perks now to the pay-to-play package. So,
Right.
like, tell me about that. Because, honestly, personal standpoint, like I told you outside, like, I don't really like to pay to play
Right.
places. I like to be paid to perform. Or,
Right.
or we're going to do something extra, right? I'll be the DJ. I'll bring the sound system. I'll run,
Right.
try to, like, increase my value, right? So,
Right.
what's the value of artists paying to play and, like...
I think with that, you definitely need to make sure that whoever you're giving money to, I don't care if it's pay to play, I don't care if it's, an opportunity for a year, I don't care wherever you're going, anytime you're giving somebody money, you want to make sure it's legit. You want to kind of do a background check to see who have they worked with, what other artists have they worked with, what other indie artists have they worked with, are they reputable, are they legit? And you want to maybe even contact those artists and see firsthand, maybe you can see video footage of those shows that they've done with that company or whatnot. But I would definitely say pay to play is beneficial it's a circumstantial degree. You know what I mean? So if an artist just starting out has an opportunity to perform in front of 200, 300 to 500 people, but that artist has to pay to get on that slot, anywhere from it could be $100 to $500, that can be beneficial towards a new artist. Now let's just say someone who already has an established fan base paying to perform for another established artist may not make sense for that artist, but it's all beneficial. And I think that today we have to kind of understand that it is a pay-to-play industry, because the people, the event producers, the promoters, the DJs, we're putting on these opportunities, and it takes time to develop. It takes time to go out and get sponsors. It takes time to do a radio show. You have to have engineers, DJs. There's money that goes into everything.
Definitely.
So even when we invite out an artist to come perform and do a show, the venue has to turn on lights.
Yeah,
so if the
and
venue,
the bartender has
and
to
the
be
bartenders
paid.
have to be paid. Securities have to be paid.
Yeah,
so, I think that any business, we need to understand that it takes money to make money.
Right.
And you can't expect anybody to turn on lights, come out for free.
Right.
Now, as artists, we get paid, like we were talking about, before the show started, from merchandise, a little bit from streaming, a little bit from shows. But I think that artists are getting it confused where, now, if you have a promoter telling you, hey, I'm going to pay you, that's fine.
That's one thing.
That's one thing. Yeah. That's fine. But to demand pay from every promoter or every DJ or every event producer, and you don't have a buzz or demand for your music, is insane. There's no way a promoter can pay you when the numbers aren't producing.
Right.
Now, let's just say as a promoter, we give those perks. So I'll tell an artist, okay, if the slot is $100, you bring me 20 people, I'll slide you $100. You get what I'm saying? So now you're making some money as well, and I try to put artists in a position to make money, because the promoters can't be the only ones out here.
So they don't have to pay the 100; they just have to bring the 20 people
right.
to make 100.
Right.
And now they're not paying; they're getting paid to play.
Right. Exactly. They're kind of bypassing that now, but the proof has to be in the pudding, and I feel like the artists have to kind of make sure that they're on their grind. You have to be able to...
So that you can tell, like,
you
go and you look at their profile, you look at their videos.
I can see your shows, your past events.
I
can see your interaction with your people. Hey, when's your next show? But if that's not there, you can't expect the promoter to know and to pay you. Now, if you have a manager... Right. And a lot of artists can't speak for themselves. They need managers, but then they don't have a career to manage. Right. So you have to learn to speak for yourself and to present yourself better, so that way a promoter can understand what you could bring to the table. Right. Scratch my back, I scratch yours.
Right.
So, and as far as the perks, it could be studio time, photography, it could be radio spins, it can be whatever it is that artists need, the artist resources,
So you're gonna make it worth it, like, hey,
it's gonna be a package.
$100 for a slot, but like, what do you need? What are you lacking on right now?
Right, exactly. And I think that's the thing too. If you have a promoter out there that's willing to work with you, willing to negotiate with you, and that's setting up shows to where you're not just performing, you're getting a package deal. That's the promoter, that's the company or the people, the promoter that's giving you the free show, or whatever. You want to make sure you help and push that promoter's brand, so that way your opportunities keep coming forward.
Right.
I think artists think too that they're going to blow up before a promoter can blow up. A promoter can blow up And
no, we're throwing shit every day.
We're meeting multiple people, so
yeah.
it's like we can blow up before the artist. Now, do you want us to blow up and forget about who you are?
Right.
No, you want to be the artist that
we have
promoter,
a good memory of.
You know
like,
what I mean?
Oh, this person
like that
did
dude
work.
is dope. Yeah. If I made it, I want to make sure I at least give him some of my resources.
Right.
You know, and I think artists, in a sense, we forget about the DJs, we forget about the promoters, we forget about even the security. Securities have connections with certain things, and if you meet the right people and wear a different hat,
right,
you can get those opportunities that we're sometimes missing is just being a rapper.
Right,
you know
right.
I mean?
Well, I met, you bring up security. I just had this funny story where I met this security guard outside of like a EDM club night. You know, he was just working the door.
Right.
And then we end up exchanging contact. He invites me to after hours, and his verbs is after hours. And it's like, oh, this is this verbs homie. And it's like, oh, he's not just security guard. This feels like a promoter, a DJ. You know, he's like, he's in the mix with all. You know, so it's like, yeah, you gotta talk to everybody.
They're in the mix, man, just like us. You know.
Honestly, one of the things that bothers me about artists, and I know I'm thinking of a couple like right off the top of my head, is just like people that. They don't like to be part of the community. They want to benefit from the community. Like they want the show to be cracking. They want to be paid. They want to be able to get their music out, but they're not showing up to shows they're not booked at. Or when they do show up to the show, they kind of kick it off to themselves. And they don't fucking mingle and and it's just like, do you think you think you said you were kind of hinting that you think Instagram is kind of the problem with that. You want to elaborate on what you were trying to tell me out there? Like,
I think just with that, man, and then not just Instagram by itself. Of course, when Twitter started, but definitely the Instagram generation,
the visual when they got visual,
right when it got more visual, and Instagram became visual with just pictures. It's less words. So with that being,
now they prioritize that, right?
Right.
Like the less words your shit has, the better. So
right.
Like,
and I think nowadays, like we were saying, is everybody has a platform. I don't care who you are, how many followers you have. Everyone feels important or like they have a platform.
Right.
So being able to
put... And
like
realistically, with the social media, they might, right? They might have like 3,000 Facebook friends who will actually pay attention to what they're saying. Yeah.
But it might be a bunch of BS at the same time.
Definitely.
Now, it's easy for an artist to get up on Instagram and post a booking email with a couple photos in anybody's studio and say that they're a rapper. And then when we reach out to them, they have no clue on how to book a show, how to be professional with a promoter. They have no idea on how shows work. None of that. It's because of the Instagram culture. Just being able to quickly be able to say, I'm a rapper, I'm a DJ, I'm this, I'm that, and you're really not. And there's so many people that follow people just because of the drama or a female, she looks good or she's posting, body pictures. And,
well, yeah, I had homegirl Moni on here last time, and she said the same thing. Like, it's way easier for women to get up on Instagram.
It's a lot easier.
Post a little flesh, the right angle.
And dudes could go that same route. You got male strippers. You got, dudes could go the same route.
If I had that body, I'd be like six-pack shit. You know what I mean?
Might do it.
Look at these pecs.
Right. At the end of the day, I just feel like everybody feels like there's something because they have a following. But the following doesn't
always convert into
people and money.
Yeah.
So, and I know you've seen it recently where artists are posting their Spotify plays.
Yeah, the end of the year wrap up.
The end of the year wrap up. Okay, so.
But you made like $6 off of that.
Right, and I'm not speaking of the money, but you see the artists that are really pushing their music, the ones that are posting those streams because. And I'm not saying other artists aren't. You might not have your music on digital platforms yet. And that's not saying you're not grinding.
No, definitely.
But that does let you know that artist is a little bit more serious than the artist who doesn't have even a song on a digital platform.
Right.
Because I did put my music on here. I am looking to
I paid the fee to get it out there. The music's good enough quality. It's original.
And I think those are the artists we got to pay attention to more.
Right.
All of the other artists that are just posting on Instagram, they're not performing. They're not consistent. You know what I mean? And I think once artists start seeing that the promoters don't pay them any mind,
they're gonna have to change
it'll kind of become better, right? And I think that us promoters got to kind of stick together. You know, just like DJs need to stick together because they're not getting the proper respect they deserve.
Nah.
Producers.
Well, especially because I noticed this phenomenon recently that when people ask for a DJ, they're actually looking for a sound engineer. No, they're looking for a sound engineer.
And a promoter.
They're looking for someone to bring microphones
Right.
and like
and that's a lot more than a DJ.
And handle all the artists when they come
Right.
with the flash drive. They want
Right.
they want these fools to keep the time. The
And
show has to be on time because the DJ has to. It's like
I think
it's a lot of
artists
extra
want-
work than just like me showing up with my laptop.
Right.
That's a DJ
Exactly.
sometimes, you know. Like,
I think artists want the same thing. Artists want to be able to come to a show, perform with thousands of people, and just leave. Party, drink, and just leave.
and get it, and maybe get a check, maybe not. Maybe the
Hope-
1,000 people would be
right.
cool enough for them, and they don't
Right.
really care because it's like clout shit.
But that's just not how the industry works. And I think that if people just picked up, we're in a day and age where we're accessible to everything and everything is accessible to us. All you have to do is pick up, everyone has a phone.
Right.
How do indie artists get paid? Not anywhere have I seen that an indie artist, a new artist without a fan base gets paid from shows. I've never seen that.
Yeah, no, the
you know
fan
what I
base
mean?
is the key
The
part.
fan base is the key part.
Even if it's just your family and friends, as long as they're coming out and paying cover and buying
Right.
drinks, like that's a fan base.
And I think what artists have to understand is when a promoter puts together a show, we do calculations. We have to do calculations on expenses.
Yeah.
So
Numbers. You run the numbers.
Right. So if a promoter is saying a slot costs $100 and there's 10 artists performing, that means that the fees to do that show could be anywhere from $300 to $500.
Right, because you're paying for
You're
the
paying
venue,
for the venue.
or you're paying the sound, and you're saying the
Right.
DJ, the sounds,
And the promoter should be able, with putting in all of that time to promote and put on a show, to walk away with some type of money after paying the DJ, the door girl, the
and
venue
whatever
fee.
artist brought people.
Right. You know what I mean? So artists have to kind of take that into consideration, just like we have to take putting on a great show so the artists aren't wasting their time. You know, we don't want you guys bringing out your 10, 20 people and then the show sucks.
Right, like the sounds are not good,
You know what I
the
mean?
microphones are fucking up.
Right. So we have to think on a two-way street. It's not just, and I know me and you do because
we're on both sides.
We're on both sides.
And
it's
that's
a lot.
kind of why we started, right? That's what I found interesting
Exactly.
about your intro is that I felt the same way. Like, no one was doing for me what I would do for me,
yourself.
you know? So
Right.
I was like, okay, how can I come back and start something where I could help out people the same way I never got help? Because I
Right.
feel like if I would have got that help, I would have been able to, like, you know? I
Right.
just feel like there were opportunities.
You wouldn't have had that.
Yeah.
And I feel like, too, man, just like how me and you did, we found a way, not saying we're making thousands of bucks every day
No,
or
we're not
millions
rich.
of dollars.
We're not
rich.
rich. We're happy,
So
though.
We're happy and content. I feel like just how me and you started doing music and we created, whether you want to call it a business, a hustle, or an extra revenue stream,
Right.
the money was created from
Somehow,
an idea.
right.
Somehow. Artists, DJs, producers have to do the same thing. Because until you actually make it off of that, even the big leaders in the industry, they have other revenue streams. So we have to put ourselves in the same shoes and say, okay, I'm not just going to focus on my music. Music
Right.
is the main passion and love,
Right.
but I have to be able to fund my music. So if you don't have a day job, a 9 to 5, you have to create a hustle.
Right.
And sometimes even a day job is not enough. You have to still have a hustle.
Because the day job just covers the essentials.
Right,
doesn't
and then
cover the
now you have to
passion.
have money to
studio,
you know, right? So
make flyers, make business cards, print CDs.
And what artists don't understand is too, man, we're giving them a platform to sell that stuff.
Right.
We're giving them a platform to sell physical copies.
No, yeah.
You know, sell merchandise, connect with other artists. I've seen the venue owners where I do shows that connect with the artists, and you don't really see that often. Where, hey, I really like your music, so now you have supporters from people who
institutions and
right,
shit,
and yeah, so it's a lot bigger than just the artist saying, I don't want to perform because I have to pay or I have to bring people out, or if it's beneficial to you, it's the opportunity needs to be taken, needs to be taken advantage of.
Well, it's kind of like people that like vendor fairs, right? Or people that the artists that are selling their handmade work. Like most of the time, they got to pay a fee to be in those spaces.
Right.
But they do that because they know that they're gonna sell their hustle and make their money back,
and
then make some, right?
Right.
Like,
And I do that a little bit different too. Like, I don't like charging vendors to come out because I feel like Okay, let's just say you pay a vendor fee of $100, $50. You might not even sell anything.
Right.
Now, I do understand that that's great promotion.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you being out with your setup and people being able to see you, you passing out business cards, you might not get a sale. Okay. But how about I say, well, let me just lower my vendor fee, and if you can bring 3 to 5 people to cover the vendor fee, then your vendor fee is taken care of. Now they're enjoying the event. Also, you contributed to the event.
Right.
And I'm promoting you. You're promoting the event. It's a win-win for everybody.
So that's the second time I've noticed that you're willing to exchange money for people.
Right.
And is that like, because you rather have a crowd and a packed
I'd rather
show
have a crowd
than a bunch of money
than
with nobody.
upfront money. Right. You know what I mean? Because it's just like a team can't win on this. One individual can't win on a team. The whole team has to win.
Right.
So the venue owners have to win. The bartenders have to win. The security needs to make it home safe. The artists need to have a good show. The vendors. And I think nowadays we're in a state where, since Instagram is such a big influence on our lives, we have to innovate. We got to figure out other ways.
Well, yeah, that's why we're out here doing alternative content, and I have a vlog, and I don't just do shows. I also do all kinds of shit, right?
You're definitely innovating. We have to have the minds of like Steve Jobs.
Right.
Innovated, man.
He's asshole. We need a better like representation, like a compassionate innovator.
I mean, you got him out there. We'll use him as one.
Maybe like Elon Musk. Let's say that.
Okay, even Einstein, man. Warren Buffett. Look at some of these dudes' mentalities, how they change other people's mentalities just through the way that they think.
Right. Well, I think something you said right now is important, that I think people across every walk of life, across every kind of job, career, like wanting everybody to win. That's not a common mindset,
right?
Across any field, any industry,
right?
Like fashion, everybody's kind of against each other. Sales, like cars. It's
once
like
you start to connect
better,
with other people, it allows you into what do you call it? When you celebrate other success. So if you celebrate other people's success, it's only going to come back towards you. You get what I'm saying?
No, yeah. Well,
it's like if those people aren't supporting you, why would you support them?
Right.
So if I'm supporting your success, 9 times out of 10, I believe that good karma is going to come back. And I'm not just doing it so you can support me, but if you're my homie, you're my friend or my business partner, that is actually, to me, a part of my job to do as a friend. You
or
know
even
what I
in
mean?
my network, in my community, right? Like somebody that I booked, and then you go off and blow up, I'd be like, yo, like, I put that fool on.
Exactly.
Like,
and I think the same way. I've seen artists that are now bigger than me.
Right.
And I'm like, I booked that artist. I remember that artist telling me, thank you for the opportunity. You were the only promoter that I could get a slot with. And your shows were the only shows that I felt like I should do. I remember that, and I appreciate that. And now I see this artist doing shows where it's 10,000 people or 5,000 people or thousands of people.
And that shit makes you feel good,
It makes me feel good because I feel like I contributed to that artist's success when they were at, a lower
And I'm
scale.
pretty sure he spread the word and was like, yo, these supposed to take care of artists.
You know what I mean?
Like,
exactly.
if you, like, you should go out and try to get slots here.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Well, I mean, I contribute a lot of my success this year. And like you said, we're not rich people, we're not doing extremely well off, but a lot of my successes this year, I contribute to the fact that, like, my whole thing was just put other people on.
Right.
And, like figure out the money shit later,
Exactly.
Like, as long as artists feel like they're being respected and taken care of, and they want to, and they like the shows, even if there's not 100 people there, they felt like it was a good show. They met people, they got photos, they got video content, they got a couple followers because I promoted them. Like, I felt like that would be a good experience for them, and then in turn, I feel like everybody always gives them their like shout outs and my do propers, and like I like it or whatever, but I think it's only because like I really want them to succeed, like in a real way, like not just like
because there's some money involved or it's gonna make me look good. You know what I mean? So I feel that, man.
So what do you think is like the top 5 things that you as a promoter or even you as an artist, if say you were talking to, just pretend like a bunch of young upcoming artists are listening right now, what's like the 5 things that they need, like, or that you as an artist would do to be more successful, get more shows, like
Right,
you know,
right.
like
Five
just
things, man, and then can we get into the single after this?
yeah, yeah,
All right,
yeah.
cool.
Well, yeah,
Five.
we're about to switch it up right now
All
for
right,
sure.
cool.
You
So,
were right on point.
five things, man. Create a hustle. You
Okay.
know, if you don't have a job, get a job, and make sure that you're willing to invest, you know, every dollar that you can possibly invest into your music. You know what I mean? Um, these two things run hand in hand. Stay motivated, stay consistent. You know, with whatever you do, this industry, nobody's gonna keep you motivated. Nobody's gonna, you know, support you just because, you know, you dropped a song or you're in the industry. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
stay
yeah.
motivated and stay consistent. Um, keep somebody that you feel like you like and kind of mimic what they're doing. You know,
Like a role model.
right, like a role model. You know, make sure it's an artist or a rapper that's successful. You know, follow how they post on Instagram. Follow the kind of content that they're doing. Don't emulate exactly what they're doing. Just do it your own way.
Like as a
but
blueprint
right,
kind
a
of.
blueprint exactly. Like how Nipsey came out. I like to emulate that. I like how Dave East came out. You know what I mean? Those artists actually did something unique with the way they came out. Number four, I think this is four. Take advantage of every opportunity. You know what I mean? If you could come up with the money to do it, and you feel like it's something that is gonna benefit you, you feel like the opportunity is good. Take advantage of it. Take advantage of every single opportunity. And the last thing, man, I would say is stay promoting yourself. You know, stay consistently promoting yourself. Never stop promoting yourself, and put your music on every single platform that you could possibly put it on. You know what I mean? And promote and network. Those are the last two. Promote
Yeah.
and network. Network with, like we just talked about, the security,
The DJs, the venue owners,
the
if you can
venue
talk to them.
owners, the strippers, the bartenders. Network with everybody that you could possibly network with that's giving off good energy. And I would say that's my top five, man.
Hey, that's a good list. I fucks with that. There's only a couple things on here I'm not doing, so now I know.
All right,
I gotta get on.
all right.
I gotta get on my game.
We gotta switch off on some
Yeah.
stuff. I need your five too.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah, yeah. All right. So yeah, you said you want to talk about the single. You're working on a new
Yeah,
project.
got a new project coming out.
Does it have a release date, or you're still finishing
Top
it up?
of the year, top of the year. I know you know, man. Just as an indie artist, the budgets, us wanting to do things a specific way.
Or just like
being
the motivation,
perfectionist,
right?
the
Sometimes you're not
motivation,
feeling
sometimes
it,
you're not
and
motivated.
it comes out on the mic. It's
exactly.
like this shit sounds weak.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right, exactly. So my thing is just getting all that together. I want to make sure that I'm able to invest and fully put out a complete project that I can say I'm happy with, you know, 5 years from now. And without waiting, like I said, we as artists can't procrastinate. We only got so much time.
That's one of my biggest things around here. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
man.
I'm fucking
Yeah, man.
my consistency is off right now as
Right.
far as the music and the artistry.
And as
the
long as we
creativity.
know, that's something that we know we got to fix. And so you being conscious of it, it's going to automatically come into, you know, fluence.
You're right.
You know
So
what
what's
I
the name of the project? Does it have a name yet?
The project is called Capsule.
Capsule.
Capsule. And the reason why it's called Capsule
I
is
was
just
just about to
basically
ask, so thank you.
right. And the reason why it's called Capsule is basically me just giving people a dose of my life.
Like a time capsule.
Right, like a time
That's
capsule.
what I thought it was.
Right. Just basically what I'm going through right now, kind of like a year ago, 6 months ago with my kids, my family, myself physically, emotionally, different things like that. Court situations, you know, all those different things. So, and the single is called Money Up, which I feel like us is, you know, or anybody really could understand that and fathom that.
Oh, yeah.
You know, everybody's out here trying to get their money up. Everybody out here trying to grind. You know what I mean? So, me with this single, I was going towards more of the club, you know, turn up type vibe.
Yeah, like some
And,
radio play type
right,
shit.
exactly. And me, man, I'm not stuck in the box. I like to be versatile with my music. We have different emotions, you know. So sometimes I might feel like going to go do a club record, or, you know, a lyrical type record, or, you know, it could change, you know. But this one right here is more like a club feel, good vibe, motivated to go get that money and hustle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So is the album done, recorded in the bag?
The project is fully done.
So it's just a matter of building up the rollout
mixing
and all
and mastering.
that. Okay.
Mixing and mastering. That's where we at right now, man. So
Yeah, and that's not cheap.
That's not cheap. And
Not
I
if you
feel
want it done right.
Right.
Yeah.
And I wish people respected that craft better, man. Like when an artist is really out here pushing, grinding, getting their album or project mixed and mastered, coming up with a promotional, advertising, marketing plan. Those things are not easy when you don't have a team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if this is what we want, we got to figure it out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, honestly, I think like everybody has a team now.
Right.
Whether they say it or not,
Right.
whether they let you know or not,
Right.
there's no way.
Right.
No one's doing everything. It's
Right.
not possible. I
Right.
know. I try. I can't do it. Like, you know.
Man, you know what?
Everybody has a team, dog. And if they don't, they're probably not producing.
They're not producing.
They're not putting out as much
tell
stuff.
I can tell you this right now. For anybody out there trying to create a business, doing your music, I haven't had a team. I've never had a team, actually. I've had a couple people helping here and there, girlfriends, homies. But one thing that you're going to see throughout your career is everybody's not going to be as passionate about what you're doing as you. And that's what kind of separated me with other people. And also, too, with the event side of it, when people see you making a little money, they feel like they're entitled to it. So with me, I try to go towards more so the people that are, looking to work, longevity, not just one-time thing. But everyone doesn't have a team. You know what I mean?
I mean, okay.
And then I'll tell you this, too. With not having a team, I don't produce how I want to produce. I don't produce as much as I know I could if I had a team. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. So it's both things. It's
right.
True, right.
And with me, the people that I've had in the past, they kind of hold me down, slow me down. So I'm like, I'd rather just do this.
So you have like bad taste in your mouth from working with people.
Right.
Well,
so I'd rather just do it on my own. But the best thing to expand in business and in music, because it's a business,
has to have a team.
Is to have a team.
Well, I mean, maybe not like a team where you meet up every week, but I feel like you probably have like a go-to list. Like if you were doing an event or someone was to hit you up and say, hey, I need... No? You don't have like a DJ? You don't have a guy...
I got my go-to DJ.
Yeah. You don't have a go-to like flyer designer?
I do the flyers.
Okay, so...
I do the flyers.
Okay.
I'm more so, you know what I mean? I need a robot. I need a robot, man. That's what I need.
He needs a robot.
I need a robot.
I've never heard anybody say that.
I need a robot, yo. Because even an assistant, I've tried that. You know what I mean? And it gets to the point where... Like I said, for some reason, the experiences I've had is when they see you making that bag or any type of money, they feel more entitled to more and more. And it's like, well, I've had to let people go because, okay, if I'm paying you to do the door, how much do you think you're going to do from just doing the door? You get what I'm saying?
Like, that's not a big task.
That's not a big task.
That's
let's be real.
That's not a lot. Like, in the grand scheme of things, I could stand there.
I could stand there and do that, right. But then also I can't because I got a host.
Right.
You know what I mean? I got to make sure the night's just running smooth. I need a robot, man. Or just solid individuals that know how this game works.
Right, and I think that's kind of more of that team mentality. Like, you got to find them.
Exactly.
And sometimes they don't just like...
walk
in the door.
Right, exactly.
I heard that on a Andy Frisella podcast. He's like an entrepreneur, and he's just like, everybody wants the best people, but they don't realize the best people aren't just gonna walk into your door. So you got to find those people. You gotta make them the best. You gotta train them to be the best version of themselves.
And sometimes too, like I'm just realizing right now, me and you have so much in common. How you just said you listen to podcasts.
Right.
There's certain times I'm listening to too much music.
Right.
I need to listen to a podcast.
Yeah.
I need to listen to more podcasts. I need to listen to an audio book. You know what I mean? And
right.
You'll be surprised how much you can learn just on a 30-minute car drive.
Well, dude, honestly, that's the reason why I do podcasts is because I went to school. So for 3 years, I was in an environment where, like, every day my brain, like, I was not just the shit I was studying, but I was running into astrophysicists and fucking microbiologists. People working on stem cells, people curing cancer, and I'm also learning about history and, like, just religion and, states of consciousness. And so, like, every day I was stimulated.
Right.
And then I graduated, and all that went away, and I felt like something was missing.
Right.
And so I got heavy into, like, podcasts, and even if sometimes it's just like I listen to a lot of Joe Rogan because he has like a lot of different people on there where you'll have like a scientist, a comedian, an actor, actor,
Right.
and then he gets some pretty big names because of his platform. So you get to hear some. But I also listen to like Sam Harris.
Right.
He's like what the fuck does he do? He's a neuroscientist who studies
Okay.
philosophy. So he
Okay.
has like a lot. He's like, well, what is free will? Is that even a thing? You know
Right.
what? So those kind of like conversations about like religion
Right.
and fucking identity
helps you-
politics,
it
and that
helps your
just
mental. It opens
keeps
you up.
me sharp.
Yeah.
And then also it's like a lot of current events, right? Because these
Right.
people are talking about stuff that's happening in the news that maybe I hadn't heard
Exactly.
about. Or there's so much shit going on these
Real
days that you
talk.
can't really hear all of it. So to me, it's like that's how I stay stimulated. Because sometimes, like, to me, music's more emotional.
Right.
Unless you're listening to like a heavy political, like an Immortal Technique type of cat who's dropping
so
like.
where you really listening
and
to
he's
everything
like
he's saying, right?
1979,
Is he,
like-
he dropping jewels and
Yeah,
stuff?
yeah, but for the most part, music more emotional, and sometimes like I need to be stimulated, like
Right.
in a mental, like
Right.
I want my brain, like before I come here, I try to listen to podcasts and get my brain like in that conversation,
Exactly.
quick idea type shit.
Right. Same thing, man. I like to listen to those podcasts for the same reason. Yeah.
So, what was your favorite part about making this project? Like, you know,
I would say, man, just being able to express myself. You know what I mean? Like, even though we get to do that every day, but
everybody has a platform now, right?
right,
You could
everybody
always
has a
tweet
platform.
or post or whatever.
Right.
It's expression, but
just right. And then I met a real dope producer throughout the project. I learned a lot about myself throughout the project. I went through a very hard time throughout this project, so I'm hoping that it's able to be heard and felt. You know what I mean? As far as what I went through and being able to help other people.
so is this kind of therapeutic?
It is because
So then capsule could have a double meaning and be like a pill capsule?
it's actually that too. It's actually that too. I don't know if you know, my catchphrase is providing the fix. So capsule, fix, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, like a fix.
Right, like providing like a fix. Like
Yeah,
everybody has a fix, like whatever
Right.
your drug or your vice is.
Or
know
whatever
what
you
I'm saying?
need. Like sometimes
Right.
people just, everybody has a
Right,
fix.
you know
right?
what I mean? So with that, it being therapeutic, I think that's what we all need to kind of be inspired by. It's like anytime you, like, say right now, whatever it is that you've been holding off on doing.
Yeah.
So let's just say being consistent. Once you start being consistent,
feel so
It's
good.
gonna feel so
Yeah,
good
yeah.
to you, bro. It's gonna feel so good to you. And I think that's what we can all do for ourselves, and it's a better energy that goes out into the world. Because I know when I feel complete, I feel like I've done something. Even if I felt like I've done something for somebody else and it made a big impact,
Right.
I'm like, man, you can't nothing go wrong today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, just, even when I do an event and I reach all my goals, I'm like, this is therapeutic, because not only are you doing something that you created in your mind, but it transpired into reality. And for us as humans, that's what we need. We need
Right.
that proof that I can actually complete something and get it done.
Well, that's what I tell people all the time, because like now when people meet me, like they don't think I'm a rapper, like they don't know I'm an artist
Right,
anymore. So
right.
when I meet someone in the studio and I'm rapping and shit, they're like, "Oh yeah, you're a rapper," and I'm just like, at this point, I'm a lot of things, but I feel like hip hop gave me the confidence to do all
Exactly.
that because of what you just said. Like, made that first time where I had this vision of having a CD and a
Right,
band and
right.
a show
You know what
and
I'm saying?
all my friends, and
Yeah.
then 6 months later, that shit is real and there's
Right.
people, and I was like, oh, I could do anything. Like literally, I
Exactly.
feel like I could do anything. So I feel like that's that confidence, that once you start manifesting and it's possible,
Right.
it's kind of hard not to keep doing it.
Right, exactly. And like you said, people don't think you're a rapper. It's like, what does a rapper look like? Do I have to be on drugs? Do I have to look
Yeah.
like I'm violent? Do
No, I think it's just because they see me wearing other hats. They don't. see
Right,
me.
right.
I
But
don't
I'm saying,
perform as
I'm
much.
saying,
you
so
know?
in today's age, I think that people only want you to be a rapper. They don't really respect or think that a rapper can do other things. Like, people are surprised when rappers are intellectual and can speak.
Right.
Like T.I. can speak very well, and people get surprised when, you know what I'm saying, they hear the way he speaks and the big words he put out. But
Or even you mentioned Nipsey Hussle. People don't know he
Right.
like
How
has
much
workspaces.
knowledge- you know what I'm saying?
And
Yeah,
business.
exactly.
He bought a whole block.
and I think we have to change that.
Right.
We can't keep letting people think that we're all dumb, or rappers are dumb, or
Right.
all rappers are violent, or all nah. You know what I mean? Just, you have multiple type of people, you have multiple types of rappers. You know what I'm saying? So, and some of us have those backgrounds, but don't want to stay in that. you know, in that realm.
That's that positive message that like get out of the
get
shit.
Out of it, right? And I think that's what we also do it for. I don't think nobody sells drugs or hustles to stay in the same place or environment.
Right.
We're all doing it to try to get out of something.
Even if it's just like to elevate yourself to the point where you have money and people respect you.
Right.
Even if that it helps you get somewhere. It's a means to an end. It's never it's never the process that you're enjoying. You know?
Right, exactly.
That's
this was therapeutic, man.
Hey, honestly, I'm gonna tell you, I had a crazy weekend. I know I say that every Monday because I work in entertainment.
It can get crazy. The first day of the week, man, can be crazy.
So every time I come here, like sometimes I'm like exhausted and don't want to come, and I'm just like, but then I get here and like I get to have a dope conversation. Right. We get to have some insight. Yeah. You know, hopefully we put this out and somebody can get something from this and
get inspired.
You know,
motivated.
you can share it to your people and I'll get some more followers off you. Get some more, and then it feels good that we built this because now we're gonna have content and we're gonna have, we got another show in the bag and we got to reconnect. I just wanted, I hadn't seen you in years.
It's been years,
and then
man.
I saw you at that showcase.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and I was like, oh no, actually I saw you here.
You saw me here,
and then I saw you, and then I was like, okay.
It's always good to see people, bro, that you work with that's like-minded.
Right.
And then you notice too, man. You like we never left off on a bad note. We didn't leave off.
No, we just did our thing.
But we did our thing, and then when we seen each other, it was like that's how you know it's a good vibe.
Right.
Because I was surprised. I'm like,
and I was happy to see
that? Like,
you.
is that my guy? Like, you know. So and honestly, that's the beauty of it, man.
I think the only reason why I stopped fucking with you is because I knew that I didn't have I needed to do more work on myself get more. I needed to do more work on myself. I would have
had you.
I know, but I
still got you. We got each other. Come on.
The reason I brought it up though is I feel like when I start seeing people in multiple places, that's people I got to start working with.
Exactly, so and that's the same thing, bro. Like this is showing me right now. Like we got to do something together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We got to
come together musically and. I'm blessed, bro, to just be able to say like I met a cool person through music.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
and now we're still cool and friends because of music.
Building businesses
had we not
together,
have done that, like
you know what I'm saying? Like one day, bro, we're gonna be drinking the brew. One day, talking, reminiscing about the small and the big things we both did.
I can see that.
And how we got there. Hey, I can see it too.
I can see that, dog. I can see that.
It.
Well, let's get our money up. We're gonna roll out down that note. I'm gonna end on that note. It's good. Look, even Brittany was like, "That's a moment right there."
Get our money up.
Brittany
up in the building.
All right. Well, before we go, tell the people where they can find you. Instagram, website. You want to mention the company? You said the company, but you never said the name.
Off top. The name of the company is The Elite Presents. Anybody out there looking to get booked out of state, in state, The Elite Presents. You can follow me on Izova Music. That's IZOVA Music. Izova Music on Instagram, SoundCloud, YouTube, all my networks, same thing. And make sure you stay in touch, stay tuned with this man, official Sneaky ENT. We out here, man.
Thank you. And as always, you can find me at Official SHNEAKY. That's SHNEAKY, or just search Sneaky on Google, and I'm like the top 5 hits. This has been another episode of Recognition and Respect on the west side of the after party. I love y'all. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Happy New Year. I'm not going to see you until next year, so don't miss me because I'm be getting some well-needed rest and relaxation. The original R&R. Wasted. This motherfucker knows me. All right. I'll see you. Brittany, take us out. Hit us with that single.
My money up, stay shining. Look like I stole an armor truck. Ladies wanna love, cause I'm the next runner up. I'ma keep grinding till I'm all the way up. I'ma keep grinding till I'm all the way up. I'ma keep grinding till I'm all the way up. I be grinding, I ain't taking pay cuts. I don't work for free, you gon' have to pay up. You niggas ain't ballin', go get your guap up. AAA mind state, all about $1. Expensive meals, shrimp steak, lobster. My girl gotta be with it too, get it for Papa. No fuck boy against me shall prosper. Don't wanna move aside, nothing gon' stop us. Like Cavs coming back 3-1 beating Warriors. They give praise to my grind so glorious. Something ain't right, you need to fix your pockets, bro. Once the rent is due, you back to being broke. That's the real joke. Stay still, only move for the narrow. Cop the rollie, then ice out the bezel. We're burgundy Women need diamonds, call it pomegranate. Pebbles, need racks for casino. Money made where he go. Ladies digging me like I gave it for Chevo. Trying to get my money up, stay shining. Look like I stole an armor truck. Ladies wanna love, cause I'm the next runner-up. I'ma keep grinding till I'm all the way up. I'ma keep grinding till I'm all the way up. I'ma keep grinding till I'm all the way up. I be grinding, I ain't taking pay cuts. I don't work for free, you gon' have to pay up. My money, I need all my bread. Don't come with excuses, take nothing instead. You want me some money, I'm on your head. We can do whatever, nigga, however you gon' play it. I need the whole bag, I ain't looking to share. If it ain't about money, I don't give it no cares. You done setting up, you a real one and you just act like one. I'm with bosses and niggas that's holding them guns. When them cops hop out, they expect you to run. We ain't guilty, niggas trying to get filthy rich. Some 9 to 5 and others hitting them licks. If your ass get caught, then you better not snitch. You got a bag to spin, I got a bag to flip. Others on the corner with a bag to pitch. Can't go broke, nigga, I gotta make it. Ain't racist, I'd rather have 2 faces. Trying to get my money up, stay shining. Look like I stole an armor truck. Ladies wanna love, cause I'm the next runner-up. I'ma keep grinding till I'm all the way up. I'ma keep grinding till I'm all the way up. I'ma keep grinding till I'm all the way up. I be grinding, I ain't taking pay cuts. I don't work for free, you gon' have to pay up.